Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Quarantine Vibes, just Hanks, otherwise known as Q Squad, Hour of Power. As you know, we are now outside of our quarantine, so it's not really the quarantine, but that's the backstory.
I'm actually,
Sean, how you doing?
Still in quarantine.
Of course you are.
I'm doing good. Today's a little brighter, not so rainy. A little still gray outside, but good, man. Just relaxing, eating some fruit.
So, we're streaming out here in the Circo co-working space in D1, Ho Chi Minh City. We have some interesting things to talk about today. First of all, we're here and you get to use the facilities like the small phone booth or the small office meeting rooms, desks. But you also get perks like coffee, water, snacks, internet for free, that sort of stuff. So we'll add Maddie to the screen. So I have an article here, see if you guys agree. It is, do you think the landlord should pay for your internet?
Yes.
Maybe like a base rate, and whoever wants to go faster would be I guess, up to each person's individual needs. They can pay for faster if they want. Do you agree with that?
I hear a little echo on you guys.
Yeah, I hear it too. You guys might be running on two microphones or something.
The landlord should definitely pay for your internet. You pay the rent, you pay the water, you already pay electricity. I feel like that should be included with your that should be your landlord's job to pay the internet. But does everyone pay Wi-Fi?
Cheers, fuckers.
You think everyone should?
No, I think the landlord
should pay it all.
Yeah, the landlord should, because it should only. I guess each floor might have a different Wi-Fi, different modem, but I think your landlord should pay it.
Still runs on the same account, Sean.
Yeah. So you could it's just all different, just one account pay and just different modems.
Yeah, it's one account. It's one account, but the devices that run the account, you can have as many as you want, but it's all the same account that it works from.
So she's just there. Not she. I'm assuming the landlord's a she. They're just raking in extra cash when I feel like they should be just paying for it. It's not that much. So, what do you think?
Yeah, agreed.
The beautiful thing about Vietnam is every cafe, working space, restaurant is free Wi-Fi for any patrons that come to use.
Definitely.
Shouldn't landlords provide the same service?
I think so.
I'm sure most of them included into the fee anyway.
Yeah, people are still coming into these coffee shops and restaurants and bars and still, paying for their drinks and their food and their coffees, and they get the free benefit of Wi-Fi. We're paying for a rent.
What about the people that come into and not order a coffee or order nothing, but just to take a desk to work from and use the internet?
Give it to them. I think that
not even buying one coffee.
I've done it. I've had to.
No, you got to spend something. If you want to use someone's internet, you got to be spending something, even if it's just a like $10,000 coffee or $20,000 coffee, whatever.
I would agree.
I
think
that's pretty basic.
I think Coffee House does it that once you buy the coffee or your food or your beverage, no matter what price it is, you get the receipt with the Wi-Fi.
With the code, right?
Yeah. Which is
for real.
That's that's checking and making sure.
Starbucks is only every
hour. So you have to renew it or rebuy a coffee every hour?
No, they're happy to just give you another code. They don't really mess you around like that, thankfully.
Starbucks. How you doing, Matthias?
Fantastic. So spent a good probably 5 hours on the motorbike coming down here. Went to the other side of the Canyon Peninsula, the one that's sort of on the west, down like all the fish farms and stuff like that. So that was really cool. But then basically had to like turn around and come back up a bit to be able to get on the road that goes to Canyon. So yeah, basically here now. I had a little bit of a nap, and now I'm in a hammock, enjoying the lapping of the ocean against the shore, and having a little vodka to celebrate making it here alive.
That's good, man. It looks. I saw your story. It looked like a nice ride. Relaxing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think anything different.
it's real good, man.
Good to get away, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely enjoying it. I can see Vung Tao from the hammock that I'm in, so that's cool. Yeah.
Is that you allow?
Things could be worse.
It's pretty chill then, Matthias.
Hell.
Well, you look chilled.
Yeah, a drink
Super
sounds
chill.
kind of good.
Definitely chilled.
Well, guys, we made news. Let's share it with you guys.
But yeah, definitely, your landlord should pay for the Wi-Fi. Demon landlords. Cheers. Matthias.
Can we talk about it? Hopefully, you guys haven't covered it yet, but can we talk about a subject that I'm excited about?
Yeah,
Of course.
we got the MacBook. Remember?
Go for it.
But wait up.
Aside from the vodka, yeah, that's exactly right. So Apple had their October event last night where they revealed basically.
Hang on.
I think.
Wait up. I just brought this up because we made news here. See, Friday.
Before you go into that, Maddie, we just wanted to show the people that we
real.
are on. Vietnam is awesome. For the Friday,
Vietnam is
Late
awesome.
Show. Yeah,
That's good.
So it's
That's
on their website. It's on their Facebook as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, go check it out.
Excellent.
Pretty late
Congrats,
show.
guys, for the pretty late show.
Yo. Next
Now
is
I'll
the
bring
Q
up-
Squad.
Now
Q
I'll
Squad.
bring up.
But yeah, as you were saying, Maddie, the new exciting Apple news. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, Apple just came out with the new MacBook Pro 14. I didn't actually watch the event. However, I've been reading stuff about it all morning, and yeah, they came out with the new chip, Apple's system on a chip SoC, which is the M1, the successor to the M1, which has been in the MacBook Air, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and the Mac Mini. It's now in the 14-inch MacBook Pro with two variations or two flavors called the M1 Pro and M1 Max. They basically have like different configurations of like CPU cores and GPU cores, and yeah, all new shape, all new design, which is cool, which is exciting. And I think it all sounds really, really good, except for one thing, there's a number of things which are amazing about it. Firstly, they brought back the MagSafe connector, which is fantastic. I think a lot of people enjoyed that a lot.
Yep.
And then I think it's Thunderbolt 4 ports instead of Thunderbolt 3, so they're a lot faster, and they're able to support multiple monitors instead of just the one. And then also it's got a mini SD card reader, which a lot of creatives are going to care about, and being able to basically upload, like ingest all of their content directly versus having to have a dongle.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Which are all amazing. Apparently, the speakers are really good. Big news is the screen. The screen is meant to be way, way better. So it's got like a Super HD 120 hertz display. They're calling it like Liquid Retina XDR or whatever it is, like some fancy name. But yeah, it's meant to be a fantastic display. But the thing that really like made me stop in my tracks and just be like, what the hell? They've built a notch into the top of the screen, and it's not like a subtle one. It's quite a large notch. Yeah, pretty ugly. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised they didn't go with a hole punch camera.
What does the
But yeah.
notch do?
It's like the top part of the iPhone, how it's got like the thing.
That's what so they've also upgraded the webcam. They've also upgraded the webcam, so which is great. You guys have probably seen my my shitty picture quality on my MacBook Pro, so which is like a 720p thing. But the new one is a 1080p with apparently way better image processing and everything. So it's meant to be really good, but it's contained behind the giant notch at the middle at the top of the screen. So apparently the way to sort of decrease the impact of that is to enable dark mode, which makes the top menu bar dark, which would be the first thing I'd be doing. But yeah, it's pretty ugly, unfortunately.
You'll get used to it.
I did ask PD also, Maddie, how much the starting price was, and I got shocked by the price.
$19.99 is the cheapest one. That's USD, and then obviously that's without any upgrades whatsoever. And then I think Sean was saying in our group chat is the fully loaded one is $6,000 which is ludicrous. Like that's insanity.
They're robbing us, man.
So we're looking at 50 million dong for the cheapest one available, and of course by the time it gets here, there's going to be the markup of what the sellers always do it. So it's going to be 60 million. There it is, the Hanoi vodka, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is, Hanoi vodka.
But we do have a question online, guys. I think every one of us can answer this. It just says, would you guys buy an Apple MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air M1 would be fine? That seems to be a nice new toy for new power users. What do you guys think?
So
Pro. Really for my work.
I'll throw in my 2 cents here. So the M1 MacBook Air is plenty fast enough for basically everything, unless you're going to be doing video or like 3D work. Pretty like any sort of like 3D processing, like 3D animation, things that require like a huge amount of horsepower, and video editing would probably I would go for the Pro. Otherwise, like the Mac, the Air is meant to be fantastic for basically everyday tasks and like normal computing. The Air is plenty.
Yeah,
Air's really good for us in general too.
I would think that, like, if you're doing, like PD said, if for his type of work, doing a lot of editing, a lot of content creating, I think obviously the MacBook Pro would be the best way to go. But for the likes of myself, where I just watch certain videos, not gonna mention what site, Sean.
Pornhub will run just fine, bro.
But I need a VPN.
Next videos.
But yeah, exactly. No, I was gonna say the MacBook Air for me is perfect.
PD, what app do you use, or what for editing? Do you use like Adobe Illustrator?
I originally, obviously, so when I first started editing, I was using a PC-based program back in the day, and then when I first started switching over to Mac, I think my first Apple product was an iBook. I had an iBook G4, and I was using iMovie because at the time iMovie was like this, it's kind of like Windows Movie Maker, but for Apple. And then eventually I moved on to Final Cut, and that was influenced from doing film here in Vietnam. Some of my director friends were using Final Cut Pro, and I came in and hung out with them, and then just started to learn off them and sort of self-taught. And I got used to the whole program. I mean, I tried using Premiere, and although the majority of how the timeline and how your videos drag and drop into it and how you work is relatively the same, I'm just so used to the shortcuts now.
So would you say Final Cut's a lot easier than Premiere? Or is it like?
I don't want to say it without being biased, but there are some disadvantages on both or on many of the platforms to each other relative to what they're good at. What I like the Final Cut Pro is the rendering time is much faster because you have an option for it to render as you're working rather than editing everything
at the end,
and then exporting it out. Whereas I think on Premiere, you got to do that process after you're editing, then you export it, so the time is a little bit longer.
What works better for you, PD? Render as you're working or after?
I think if you're doing short videos, like anything, up to 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, it's quick because as soon as you finish sort of finishing it, you can have quick, rough watch through it, make sure there's no spelling errors and stuff like that, and then you're straight on the export. Whereas if you work on Adobe, and you make an error and then you let it render and then you go back and fix, you have to let it render again.
You got to re-render it.
And then export it. And then if you go, oh shit, there was another spelling error, go back and do it again or something. You know? So, I mean, unless I'm missing something that I don't know, someone out there can tell me.
So Final Cut, how much is the Final Cut product?
I don't know. It's cheaper than me.
Oh, ripped it from the internet.
No, it wasn't. Someone installed it for me because apparently one buyer of Final Cut, you can have 3 or 4 logins from it. So but let me find out. Let me know if you want to use it. I'll hook it up, man.
We'll send you the link, Sean.
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check out the YouTube video on Final Cut because I have Premiere Pro, but like it goes in so much depth of like each category and so many things you could change. And I mean, like I would like a little more simpler based like product. So maybe Final Cut's
Premiere Pro is pretty full on. Like it's like I think most of the pros actually use that. Like a lot of I would say a lot of professionals actually use that.
DaVinci or Dissolve. There's a new one, but the good thing is
DaVinci Resolve, right? Yeah.
Resolve. So there's a couple of new features on these new things where, let's say I've edited something on Final Cut, I can save it at a specific work file that can be translated to be opened on Adobe, as long as I give you all the raw file and any of the fonts that I use or any of the pictures or additions that I've got. I have it all in one folder, and you can reload that up onto
Adobe.
So it's got a little universal segue for everything to sort of interconnect, I guess.
That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. Final Cut. What is this?
I think the good thing with Final Cut as well, and if you're a user of any Apple products, you will understand that they like simplicity. So a lot of their plugins for filters and colors and stuff like that, you just load that into the folder, and then it's a case of drag and drop.
Oh, that's a lot. That's easy.
Yeah.
Super easy. Okay, cool. Check it out.
Do it, mate. Do it.
Final Cut.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just join us, Q Squad Hour of Power, we'll take a quick Pomodoro. We will see you after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Q Arrow. And random
Best hits. all the funny stuff.
Let's bring it up. We're bringing up the NK, baby. North Korea. Here it is.
Uncle Kim's back at it, you guys. He likes to push. He likes to touch everyone's butt, you know? Like
So how
far can
What's he done now?
So they
He's
fired
a ballistic missile.
Yeah. Supposedly
From the country's east coast, that's near Japan and South Korea.
Yeah, so they said it was only one missile, but Japan said they reported that 2 ballistic missiles were fired off, and it's pushing a lot of tension on Japan. And
It would be. Actually, I watched a really interesting video last night about Japan basically being like a pacifist nation. For the last 70 years, basically since after the Second World War, their defense forces have been basically only defense and not offense, and so it's causing a bit of a problem because their military hasn't ever been tested in that much time, and they're in a region with a lot of geopolitical and armed like sort of potential for conflict with North Korea and China and Russia as well. But can you imagine if there was a country like 100 kilometers away from where we are now, like launching ballistic missiles, a nuclear nation 100 kilometers away that was launching ballistic missiles into the sea? that could easily be hitting Saigon. And the first thing you'd know about it is basically like, the mushroom cloud and you getting roasted like 4 seconds later.
With a very interesting leader, of course, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no chance of surviving that.
Yes.
No, zero. I mean, if you're within 50 kilometers of the center of Saigon, like that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
Like I'd be pretty uncomfortable. But I've got some friends from Seoul, and I had like some interesting conversations with them about whether they're actually worried about North Korea or anything like that, and they seem to be like not at all concerned. Maybe it's just my friend's insane. This is entirely possible. Shout out J-Ho. But
J-Ho, isn't that a song?
yeah, but his name's actually J-Ho Song. So no, he gets that a lot.
Even better.
Isn't that a song? But yeah, they say it's like a hypersonic missile.
But I mean, he seems pretty chill. He seems pretty chilled about it. He says, "Oh, look, he's been basically like born into it, and all his life this threat has existed, so he's not sort of overly concerned." But obviously Japan is a different kettle of fish, given that they're not at war with North Korea, as technically South Korea still is.
Yeah.
It seems like he's making
They
problems
know
with
firsthand because they're there,
countries
right?
around North Korea. Like South Korea doesn't seem like. I mean, of course, there's a little feuding, but it seems like he's like pushing other countries. Like testing everyone else.
But hasn't he been firing like missiles, like recently in general? When even though he's blaming it like as in like he's calling them as test missiles, but really they're like
absolutely. It's been happening for years. But it seems to be that I'm just obviously like I haven't been there personally to inspect what they're doing, but I mean in the news they talk about like their missile technology getting better and better over the years, and it's improving to the point where they are easily now able to target anywhere in South Korea, basically anywhere in Japan, and I think even so I think they can go as far as Alaska at the moment, and even some places I think in like the northwestern US. So I think what's up there? I think it's like Vancouver is in Canada, and then what's just below that? Seattle. I think Seattle. I think they can go as far as Seattle. Yeah.
Canada, that's insane.
That's
that's US mainland at this point as well. So yeah, definitely very provocational. But from their perspective, they're saying that it's like this is like a defensive thing in case the US is sort of antagonistic towards them, and it's like a defensive thing. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very, very strong posture.
Ballistic missiles?
Is that as an adjective or is it an actual description?
So the ballistic part of it means that like the missile launches like vertical, essentially, like a spacecraft. It goes basically to the edge of space, and then once it gets the right trajectory. So imagine and so the idea is it goes incredibly fast, and it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to intercept or to shoot down, because by the time it's coming down on its target, it's moving so fast that it's not possible to
you're saying in the article it's a
intercept it.
hypersonic ballistic missile. So
they said because of the trajectory, it's like coming down at you at mass force. So like Maddie said, you can't really stop it when it's coming down. It's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, because it's moving so fast, like it's many times the speed of sound. So the ballistic part of it means that like it refers to it going like basically up, setting its course, setting its trajectory, and then falling onto its target at an incredible speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus a normal missile, which would go like almost like horizontally through the air. That's I think that's the main difference.
Interesting.
But quick shout out to D-Rock.
Yes, to one of our good friends.
One of our good friends who just popped in.
AKA Good Sight. If you guys want to check out his stream as well, he streams on Twitch on the daily.
Plays some really, really fun games on it.
Plays Axie Infinity on there, talks a little bit about that, and also streams music with his DJ controller. So some good vibes, some good music. Happens all day. So make sure you guys go check out the Good Site on stream.
Good site.
We'll have to get you on the show soon, D-Rock, as well. So good to see you.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of good followers on Twitch now too. So It's definitely getting traction. So it's good to see.
Keep it up. Good site.
Oh, also Sean, D-Rock. I don't know if you've met. He's also from the Bay Area.
No.
Yeah. So you guys would get along real well. He's also from the Bay.
Oh, what up, DR? Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area, from Hayward, California. So, Bay Area.
Yeah, Haywood.
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 Hey, Stat.
Haywood to the D.
Yee! Cut say.
Damn.
Sorry, it's funny when you meet a Bay Area native. Yes. Same vibes.
Next bit of interesting news, a little bit of local news, ladies and gentlemen. Vietnam.
This is about
Boosts
electricity.
green growth for sustainable development. So Vietnam targets to slash greenhouse emissions by at least 15% in 2030.
Vietnam's going green, guys.
This is really good.
This
This is
photo
what they
actually
do.
looks
Good.
really nice with all
About
the
time. I hope
trees.
they address all this rubbish that's being thrown into the beaches and rivers and oceans too.
Leave it. It's part of it. No, I'm just kidding.
You're-
Gives
That's
it the
good. That's-
character. That's the character.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to take a while because even in the Philippines, they've been trying to do that for a while. And
It's education. You gotta start
yeah,
from the bottom.
it's social education, social behavior, and it's going to take a while for that to clean up in that sense. But I guess this is a start. So
Yeah. Unless they go like Singapore and they issue fines.
yeah,
Is there fines here at the moment? If you
there
go
isn't.
for
There is no
right.
fines like Singapore, and that, like I told you guys before, that's the reason Singapore started it, was to really cut it out within within its citizens.
They should do that. The police would make a lot more money.
Yeah, instead of hounding us on the motorbike.
Exactly. Like, you know how many people throw trash on the ground every day, daily? Not just in like anything. It's like, that really grinds my gears.
Yes, it does.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so good to know. Oh yeah, by the way, boys, next week, Sean, if you're coming back, we're going green for a month.
The EVs,
It looks like it. It's already been approved. It got approved.
the
so we should
Vespa
be-
bikes.
I don't know if the Vespa bikes, but it'll be something.
Electric
So
EV bikes. Oh, man. Next week, huh?
I'm sure Matty will be super excited. He's going to take those EV bikes
yeah, we're
as
getting rid-
far as possible.
Oh, man. I would love to be riding bikes. with
and
you
he's
guys.
going to bring about 20 power banks so I can charge it on a USB-C cable. Yeah, so if you can come back, we'll be doing that. Oh, Maddie,
You're muted,
your
Maddie.
Battery dead.
Matty's
Battery's
battery's dying. He said so.
Oh,
It
man.
might cut out. That's all right.
He's going to die in Kansas.
But
Kansas
before you go,
games.
Maddie, what are your thoughts on this? Oh, we lost him.
And he's gone.
What have we got?
It's
Well,
nice
check it
knowing you
out.
guys.
Sean, this is interesting. Parents can already use genetics to select for healthier, maybe more intelligent babies. What do you think of that?
What about like good looking? I mean, what if you just want like a very handsome, beautiful baby?
Yeah, but you want the baby to be some sort of intelligent. You want a handsome and dumb baby.
No, you will. Of course.
I mean, I don't mean to say that much
course.
conviction is dumb, but I'm just saying like
But wouldn't everyone then choose like a good looking smart baby in the end? I don't think
Yeah.
anyone's gonna choose one or the other. Everyone's just gonna go like it's like when you play NBA 2K on PlayStation and you make your character 99 because you want all his attributes to be the best. Wouldn't that be the same thing?
Mhm.
Well,
Maybe
number
you're-
one, I'd choose my baby to have hair, Sean. That's one thing I don't want my baby to go through.
Our babies? You mean our
Yeah.
babies?
Yeah, so our babies, not baby, because then that means it's me and you as a couple.
Our baby.
isn't it possible already to choose to have a boy or a girl?
That I think that's already a thing.
I
Yeah,
believe
but most
so.
people tend to just let it be.
Like getting a higher possibility of choosing a gender.
Because
That's
it's really up to the man, isn't it?
Mm.
right?
I-
I'm sorry. Is it up to the man or up to the woman?
Remember
Yeah, it's
how?
up to the man. It's up to the man.
The man.
Remember? Did you guys ever hear that story about depending on what position is it makes a higher probability of what
Really?
whether you're getting a girl or a boy?
Which position gives you the boy?
I don't know, but I heard like if if you're doing it missionary style, it's more likely to be a girl, and if you're doing it from behind, it's more likely to be a boy.
What position gives you the boy? The doggy style.
Yeah, from behind. So
The position most recommended for those who want to know how to conceive a boy is doggy style.
there you go. See, I wasn't
Doggy-
lying. I
Doggy
wasn't
style
lying.
You looked it
for
up?
deep penetration is considered for the optimum position
For a
in
boy?
which to
Yeah,
conceive
see?
a boy.
I told you guys. I wasn't
Do
making
you guys
that
know how to
stuff
do?
up.
Do you know how to do this? It says you should kneel on all fours
How do you
and
do
have
doggy
your
style?
partner
Well,
enter
how do you do
you from behind.
How do you do doggy style, Sean?
You gotta. Oh, look, can I like? It says you gotta get on all fours. I don't know. something like this, huh?
Where's the dead body?
I got rid of it. There's a window. Luckily, I didn't want the maid to see, so I kind of just threw it out.
That's interesting. That's an actual fact.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
Got to start working from the back now.
Yeah.
So I guess Sean has all the boys then.
Actually, so wait, which one is for girls? I don't know.
Is there a way
This
for
not
girls?
gonna be good.
Every other position.
Yeah, I guess.
It's up to the man.
The missionary
Because
or
the man's the one that's
face-to-face?
releasing the
So
I can see Sean read. Share it.
missionary or face to face?
Look, Lum says I think it's now beyond the gender and selecting some genes so that the baby can get lower risks with some diseases. How come COVID should be in there?
Yeah.
No,
Why
that's-
isn't COVID in there?
That was one of the in one of the links that you had sent. It was talking about now like they can choose which egg is less likable to get a certain disease or have
because they look at
cancer.
the genes. They look the healthy one. I choose a healthy one.
Yeah, healthy.
I mean that makes sense. I think for some people it just comes down to like, are we playing God now? And especially with the cloning and making chicken without like the most humane way. I think Singapore is the first to do it. Is to actually grow chicken.
Babies in chicken eggs.
No, like grow the meat chicken
Oh, like
by manipulating, the hormones.
the made up meat, right?
Yeah, and it will taste like it. You just don't have the process of the non-humane way to kill a chicken and go through the
Have you-
process.
Have you had that? I can't believe it's not meat, or what is it? Like the mystery? It's not mystery meat, but it's
But I've had the Impossible Burger.
that's what I
in
mean.
Singapore.
Yeah,
It's
Is it-
crazy.
You've had the Impossible Burger?
Yeah.
So how was it possible for you to eat the Impossible? It doesn't make any sense. Then it's not an Impossible Burger.
You must be Ethan Hunt.
They should call it the Nearly Impossible Burger.
How was it? Was it
They also had the
delicious?
Impossible Pizza as well.
How was it though? How was it?
Oh, you couldn't tell the texture where you bite into it.
Was it
It's
juice?
like it's the way it's made. It's like a medium rare to rare beef patty because it's still a bit reddish. That's what it looks like. It's got that soft texture. It tastes just like it. No, I couldn't tell. Like it was like you got to line up for this place. We were in Singapore like several years back, and my friend, you got to try this Impossible Burger.
D-Rock says,
That'd
what
be-
does it taste like? Does it taste like chicken?
Well,
That'd be
I
a good
mean,
test if we had like regular
tastes-
burger and Impossible
I guess
burger.
it just had the same flavors, the same taste like meat. I mean, it was drowned in like burger sauce.
Yeah.
But it was that meaty texture.
Mm.
So that burger, I don't think D-Rock was grown in a lab, but I know Singapore.
Imagine a burger being grown out of a
I
lab.
know. But the chicken that Singapore is doing is grown in a lab.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
18 something, $20.
18 Singapore dollars
Came with fries.
for
like
a
one-
burger.
It was like a
One
dinner
Corona
thing. You
beer
went
in
out and all
Singapore.
that stuff as well.
That's insane prices.
You know, we were at home one time, me and Mia, and she came up with this sort of like a future thought of where things would go with food, because we were watching episode Black Mirror, and it always talks about these possible things, right? And she said that with the world going the way it is, like the Matrix and stuff, imagine if our health and our food consumption comes down to a pill or a powder, because you know that we already take a specific pill to have all the nutritions, like we have vitamin C, we have fish oils is enough to get our
Certain
omega-3
vitamin.
fats for that day, right? Because you can possibly eat that much fruit or veggies to get the same amount of in a pill. So she said that with the levels of rich people, poor people, and the middle class and whatnot, we would all be supplemented with these pills in the future, because we're going to run out of food and stuff like that. So we get these supplements to take, but it's only the rich people can then start paying for a flavor.
Yeah.
This was just Mia's little thought. Like we were just,
It's pretty interesting.
So she said that imagine if the world got to the point where it's so futuristic, but only the rich, if they wanted to taste some pizza or steak, they would have the same pill that a poor person would have, but they get the flavor with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like in the movies where, Ready Player One, and they live in these slums and containers, but only the rich people live in a proper house. But they all still have these 3D goggles to go into this virtual world. And the more upgrades you get, you can start having feelings when you touch in the world and stuff like that. So,
and also everyone would have, like you said, different amounts of money. So you could only really afford different taste. I think it'll get to that stage someday.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You already see technology moving so fast, and is our food ever going to run out as far as natural resources?
Supplementing food for pills.
Well, I have reason to believe that maybe there are more resources out there that is hidden to us. Like we haven't traveled everywhere to know that there's any lack of resources anywhere. Like who knows? Government it's like normal human behavior. Like everyone, any sensible person would have a stash reserve,
somewhere. Yeah.
I don't think that the government wouldn't be that less steps ahead of us. They'd be millions of steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yep, they should be.
Think about it.
You would think so.
Just like Apple. Do you think they only just thought of Apple, like the iPhone 13? No.
Yeah,
they knew this years ago.
Yeah,
and then I'm pretty sure they're probably onto the iPhone 20 already, but they're just gradually releasing.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's a money maker.
Technology and really good camera lenses are already out, and it's not like they can't put that into a phone.
Yeah,
they just don't need to yet.
Got a pretty funny question though from AT. He says, "Do you think if the meat is grown from labs, that is vegan safe because it wasn't living to begin with?"
That's a good question. Some vegans some vegans exclude tomatoes because apparently when you cut a fresh tomato, you hear the squeak.
Oh man, come on!
And they say it's squealing.
Come on!
Oh no, this is no joke.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Freaking tomato and
if any of our viewers is vegan, please explain.
Yeah, please don't eat the screaming tomato. It's squealing. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I think a lot of people can get triggered, but I respect people's decisions. If that's something that they choose
it's up to them,
then that's fine. Like I have seen documentaries like the very controversial and really hard to watch Meet Your Meat, and you can see the whole process that they go through in the abattoirs and stuff. It's not
it's pretty crazy.
It's not a nice thing to see, and it does make you think twice. And then when you look at things like on Netflix recently, Game Changer with the whole new way of human health can be a plant-based, so interesting. But it depends on the environment you grow up in. Vietnamese. I have a Japanese wife, and the Japanese average age for a person is one of the highest in the world. So they're quite healthy in a sense, and they have a meat-based and plant-based diet. But that's not to say that you shouldn't, do one or the other. I'm just saying that it should be a well-balanced diet. So
I'd like to know what Matty I thinks about this. Now I'd like to know what Matty thinks about everything now. Just to grind his gears.
Yeah, just to see what he's got to say, because he's always, okay.
Matty's like, he's like innocent till proven guilty, or is it guilty till proven innocent?
Yeah.
One of those.
I love it.
Yeah. Let us know. Now, here's the thing: is egg included in a vegan diet?
Egg?
I think in vegetarians, yes, but in a vegan, is egg included? What about milk and cheese?
I don't think so.
I don't know the specific. We're looking that up.
It says technically a vegan diet that includes egg isn't truly vegan.
Okay,
Instead, it's called ovo-vegetarian.
Yeah.
Still, some vegans are open to including eggs in their diet. After all, egg laying is a natural process for hens and doesn't harm them in any way.
Yeah, but they're stealing the eggs from the hens, dude.
Man, it's too much.
It's like me gonna steal bread off this guy.
That's too much.
That's getting deep. Over. Yeah,
they always say things like also to plant-based, where they say, well, you're eating all the animals' food.
Yeah.
So got a comment from Aki saying scientific data, all living plants, fruits, etc. do release some kind of vibration sound when it's cut. Talk to, touched, etc.
Hey, what kind of touching, hey, Aki? I like that.
Yeah, you give the plants.
I can see that. Yeah.
They reply back. They even dance a little.
The only thing I can see is they've got those flowers that trap the
Venus flytrap.
It's actual. That's what it actually does. It's not like
the Venus
it doesn't move
flytrap
because of the wind. It moves because it wants to move.
Yeah.
AT says Okinawa has the highest long life of wild plant-based. But you know what? If you look at a lot of real long time dedicated plant-based people, they age quicker than a person that has a balanced diet. Yeah, purely because of the specific fats that you get from meat.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, the collagen, you need that. That's for skin. And you can probably get collagen from plants as well, but it's not the same.
It's not the same volume.
It's not the same.
But then again, Chris Paul, didn't he turn vegan? And then look at him now. He said that he's feeling better, he's playing better after he went on that that vegan diet.
No one going on a vegan diet is going to come out in public. I feel like shit.
After become vegan, it changed my world for the worst. Like, everything went downhill.
I'm sure it is. I think the first and foremost thing that helps someone feel better when they convert to vegan is a whole mental state, because that you don't have that. First of all, you don't have the guilt in the unhumane way of putting down an animal, and that's the first thing. Clear minds. I've always believed a clear mindset is the first state to happiness.
I agree.
Yeah, because it starts from there.
Well, it does say veganism is the practice of abstaining from the use of animal products, particularly in the diet, and an associated philosophy that rejects the commodity status of any animals. So that's what veganism is.
Well, monks, I've done 3 months of pure, like no meat, no eggs.
3 months.
This is years ago when my mum had cancer. Me and my sister went to the temple. We weren't much of a, we don't practice Buddhism, but we look towards that faith, and because my parents are, and we promised that if mum got better, we would do that in our sacrifice.
And then
we did it. And the next day that came, as in the final day that came before we got back to a normal diet, I was looking forward to having a steak, and then when I had my first bite, it wasn't as good as I thought.
Right?
I mean, it was nice, but I didn't miss it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
Did you lose?
But then
a lot
again,
of
I
weight?
have.
Did you feel better?
I mean, I was only 20, 20, 25, 26.
I have a friend in the Philippines who's a health freak as far as his diet, because he went through cancer as well. And he survived it, thankfully. And he says that he's tried every possible diet, whether it was a meat-based diet, whether it's a plant-based diet, whether it was veganism, paleo, all that stuff. And his conclusion, and this guy is he drills on his diet, is a mixture of everything was actually what he found the most beneficial for him and his body. So it was like you said, it comes to a balanced diet. So he did everything as far as veganism. He did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and he ate everything in moderation. And he said that after applying all of that, after going through individually all those different modes, he said that was the best way to nourish his body. In the end, he felt stronger, and he felt so much better. And this is a guy that's tried everything after getting cancer. So when you go through that life-changing moment and then you survive it, obviously everything changes for your life, and you just try and find the best possible solution to keep moving forward. Yeah. So he tried everything, and he said, dude, it's the best thing is to mix everything up, eat in moderation, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm all for it. Like, I see the benefits on friends who are on it.
What? Can you guys hear me?
Yo,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you know what happened? Because Pat's computer just crashed.
I was like, I hear Petey's talking, but I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, sorry. So what I was saying is, look, I've got friends who are highly dedicated to plant-based, and I've got friends who've tried the carnivore diet even, and the carnivore diet is purely just meat, and it's not something they do for their whole life. It's just something they do through a phase because they're testing their body out, and there's scientific data that states that there's benefits from increased energy levels, muscle gaining and that sort of stuff. But the same can be achieved with plant-based as well, with the right nutrition and eating plan. But I've put my body through a few different things. I mean, Lam here says keto diet. I did keto for 60 days, 16-hour fast.
That's a big thing now, keto diets.
I did the intermittent fasting.
Yeah, intermittent fasting. Yeah,
that was pretty heavy. I lost a lot of kilos doing intermittent fasting.
The thing with that is you can't miss any days, because if you skip anything, then that's it.
It goes back to like square one.
Yeah, like it because your body, if you do it one time, like first of all, your body's going to get shocked by like, what the hell? I'm not eating for 16 hours. What the hell's going on, right? Yeah, and the next day, if you just forget it and do it again and just eat, then it's going to be like, oh, okay, that was just an off day, whatever. So you really got to you really got to just keep doing it. And I did it for the first 2 weeks was the easiest part to get to. I mean, sorry, the hardest. The first 2 weeks was the hardest. After 2 weeks, it was a lot more easier, because then your mind starts.
How long do you fast for?
Well, my first meal was 11 a.m. and my last meal was 7 p.m.
So you only 2 meals a day.
Well, you include sleep as part of your fasting schedule as well. No, in the window that you can eat whatever you want.
So from 11 to 7.
Yeah, you can eat whatever you want.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I thought you only ate
But
once in a
of
little
course,
bit.
within reason, you're not going to go around eating junk food and all that stuff. You're just going to
Yeah,
eat,
no, of
you know, a
course.
good lunch and then have something like a nice, decent dinner and maybe a snack in between. But then nothing after 7. You can have some water and stuff, but try and stay off sugars. And if you do that for 30 days, you will shred. So
Interesting.
the other problem with keto that I found is once you get to 30 days and you see your results, if you're working out as well, like training, you can put on some muscle. If you're doing weights, you're going to have to stock up on some, you're going to have to bulk up a little bit. But because fasting is more of a weight loss thing, I don't think it coincides with putting on muscle because you're trying to drop some weight.
So, like
Then the
leaning
problem,
or slimming
yeah.
down. That's what
But
it
the other problem with that is if you set yourself a 60-day challenge, what happens after that? Are you going to continue on this keto diet? Because then it's maintaining. Because then if you go back to a normal,
You're gonna go
then what
back.
happens is you're going to start to, I guess it'll like price correction. It'll correct you back to where you kind of should be.
Oh, this
And that's
is
the
it.
problem. So, you know, you can keep maintaining that weight loss after your keto session, but then you got to either keep fasting or you got to either keep, you know, calories in, calories out, basically, and watch what you eat. So for me now, I feel that you just got to have a good balanced diet. Don't be stupid on your intake of sugars. Stay away from bad oils. Have the good oils, and then I guess you have to do something activity. You have to do some form of activity. You got to move your muscles. Get some cardiovascular exercise in for your heart. That's the main thing. So
What's the best exercise?
sexercise.
Yeah, exactly.
Sexercise.
Proven data.
Proven data. AT says he's done water diet to make weight a week
couldn't do
before
that.
fights. Don't recommend it.
No way.
Ooh.
I heard a lot of boxers and fighters collapse because they're starving themselves so bad and also trying to keep the weight off.
No energy, right?
Yeah, even like
Yeah,
right before they
make
weigh
weight,
in,
yeah.
they already don't have the energy, just so they can make weight.
I could not do that. I
Mm.
don't think any way that I could do on water just daily without having some kind of food intake, some kind of vitamins, like actually eating something would. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't do it.
Yeah, wouldn't you get too bloated?
For water,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a
Well,
smoothie
I
diet.
did do that 24-hour fast.
Oh, we did 24-hour. We did a 24-hour fast.
24-hour fast.
It was actually easier than I thought it would be because the first time I've tried that, it was hard, but because we were keeping each other in check. It's like, what are you doing?
I think if you have someone like to do it with, it's like, you're on it, we're on it, and you're like, you're like keeping tight with each other, so like you're in.
Do you want to try it?
Like,
We'll choose a day and we should try it.
When Sean comes back home, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
I would do it with you
Sean
guys.
can do it quite easily.
I would do it with you guys. I would need you guys there though.
No, let's try it. Let's. Is it possible to do a 24-hour stream?
Yeah, as long as it's just on.
As long as it's just on, right?
Let's try and raise money for it.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
24-hour stream, 24-hour fast at the same time.
Yeah. Also, I want to do another thing. So we're in the 19th of October. Can you grow a Mo? Let's do Movember.
Let's do it.
In
Yeah.
November? In November, huh?
Yeah, Movember. Let's do Movember.
November.
So for those of you who don't know what Movember is, do you know what Movember is, Sean?
I briefly remember you talking about it.
I'll bring it up on screen for you. Come on, mate. So Mo
Mustache.
being mustache. Movember is an annual event involving the growing of mustaches during the month of November to raise awareness of men's health issues such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and men's suicide. The Movember Foundation runs by the Movember charity event housed at Movember.com. So I can do up a little fundraiser thing and we can get people to donate. All we got to do is, as soon as it hits 1st November, shave everything, leave our Mo for all of the month.
Yeah.
Let it go as much as we can. Just the Mo for the whole month. And
Take a before and after picture.
yeah, before and after picture. And then we'll just raise all that money and then we'll send it all to the the Movember charity
I'm down.
for men's health.
Look like a dirty Mexican.
Yeah.
Dirty Sancho.
So AT's trying to do it. He has a poor excuse of a mo. He can't grow anything, but we'll try.
Said he's been growing
Congrats,
since
it's
June.
June 15th. Keep it up. Keep it up, AT.
So we'll do it. We'll do it.
AT, join us in doing this, even though you've been growing yours already.
Yeah.
Just keep
We'll
it
have to
going.
give you. Look, I'll shave some of my my beard. If you can take that and stick it on your mustache. Yeah. Cool. That's it. Hour of power, guys. We've reached it. I think the only other news we wanted to cover up on is if you've been following the crypto, Bitcoin is up again, looking real good. But that's not to say you should just celebrate and say you're rich or anything. Yeah, they're good small wins. We're still in it for the long haul.
Don't buy now.
So just hold. If you already got some, just hold.
There was a big parlay. My buddy was doing some sports betting, and it was like a 12 team parlay, and you could have put in 1,200 or like $1,000, and yesterday it was up to 11 wins, so it was up to 94,000 by putting 1,000 in, and if you could have chose to cash out or keep going. I know one friend who cashed out. Another one kept going to get like 140,000, and just so happens the last team lost. The Bills lost today, so like all of that money just gone.
Damn,
So
just
don't
like
get
that,
too greedy. If you have the opportunity to take a good a good thing or a good amount, take it. Don't go too far.
Million token. What's million token? Is that a token?
She said he wants it to go to the moon.
You want to go to the moon, mate? No one's been to the moon. What are you talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, I'm sorry you're going to have to join us tomorrow for the Q Squad's Hour of Power, which is finished up for today. Thanks for joining us, guys, for another fun session of The Vibes. It was WisePass. Enjoy a life every day, everywhere. We'll be back tomorrow with some more fun and finger hearts. Love you.